Alright, I'm going to do a little commentary here for Gran Turismo Sport. I've been playing this for a while, and this is a race, a daily race online for Al Soleil's Village, and I think this is in France. I'm using an Audi racing car, and I love this one. It handles very well. I haven't done much to it other than I've lightened it up and taken out unnecessary parts to make it lighter and tuned it up slightly. But while qualifying for this race, I got a pretty decent time and actually started in 4th place. And this first lap was actually pretty close, and I came close to actually coming out front. Now these guys were kind of fighting with each other. This one guy from Brazil and this other guy from the US, and I kind of pulled up behind them in 3rd place. And at some point, like right about here, I'm in 2nd place. And for a little bit, it's just me and these two guys. And again, it's kind of exciting when you're playing it, that when you're actually doing well. Now, the guy that was in 3rd place made a mistake, and I was able to pull up into 2nd. So right now, the guy that's from Brazil, he's in 1st. I'm in 2nd. This guy is in 3rd, but we're going back and forth, especially on the corners here. And driving pretty well. I took off all assists so that I don't have auto brake and counter steering or anything like that. Now this guy from Brazil just made a huge mistake, and this was our chance to take advantage of it. The guy that I was racing with is now in 1st, and now I'm in 2nd. Again, back there you can see the guy from Brazil made another mistake. He's out of it for good. I mean, he'll be in the back of the pack. But right now I'm in 2nd, and I'm happy with that until this guy kind of passes me. And I'm kind of cutting some of this clip because it was a long race. It was about 20 minutes, and I have to make this 15 minutes for YouTube. So again, I'm in 3rd place here, and the key to I find to doing well in this race is just practice. Like once this is a daily race, and it occurs for 24 hours online against other players. You just keep practicing the track over and over and over again, so that you know exactly where the turns are, how you're supposed to approach the turns, how much of the brake you should be pushing on, and like when you're supposed to hit on the accelerator once you take the turns. And you just do it over and over and over again until a lot of it becomes second nature. You still make a lot of mistakes because there's pressure. There's pressure of cars behind you that you see in the rearview mirror and cars in front of you. Now you see I just flashed over there. That's kind of cool. You can actually, if you want to pass somebody, you can flash them with your high beams. You also have signals on here too that you can use, which is kind of nice. But again, I'm racing pretty well. And I was surprised at how well I did, because usually there's like 20 people in this race, and I usually end up at the end like maybe 18th or 17th or something like that. And to be in the top 3 is a pretty big accomplishment for me. But I think I was racing this around midnight or something like that. I started racing probably like around 7, just practicing over and over again and just not doing well. Now there I made a mistake. Luckily, no one was there to take advantage, but it kind of kept me back from the leaders, which kind of sucked. But the good thing is, though, is you can still see that the leaders are in front of you, so it's still possible to win. Now this guy, number 3, he just made a mistake, so I'm going to pass him. All these guys have to do is make mistakes. So what you have to do is just race your race, make as little mistakes as possible, and just hope that the person in front of you makes mistakes and you take advantage of those mistakes. And that's what I've been doing since I've gotten this game. That's kind of what I learned. And it's patience. It's like, don't get nervous, just accept the fact that you're not going to win every race. And I've only won 2 so far online. And according to my records, I've raced over 100 times online. And I think that's great because it's like, I don't remember doing anything 100 times online, so this kind of keeps me coming back because the multiplayer aspect is done so good, where you have like this ghosting of the cars so that they don't crash into you. And they still do from time to time, but for the most part, if someone's driving erratically, they're not going to interfere with your race. And I think that that's great. It's kind of funny, you'll see like these cones scattered around, and sometimes, you know, people will take a right turn and knock these cones into the track. And I was racing once, and I didn't think much of it, and I ran over a cone, and it got stuck on my wheel, and it spun me out, and my race was over. So everything really does affect you. I mean, you have to be careful with debris in the road. There I made a huge mistake. I think, and I guess I pushed that cone in there. But this was, I think, the end of me being in the top 3 by doing that mistake. Luckily I was able to recover and still stayed within the top 5 at this point. But it's hard to fully recover from a mistake like that and get back in the track within the top 3. But I don't give up and just accept the fact I made a mistake and just keep racing. Those guys look pretty cool. I like that these people move around. A lot of racing games are just static players, but there's a lot of races, a lot of realistic in this racer. And the graphics are just amazing. They just never get tired of watching these replays. I like it with music off, so you can just hear the sounds of the cars, and most of the cars are out there, the sounds are different. And this one, I forget what group this is, but this is, you know, racing experience. It's not like, you know, your standard car, which they're a lot slower, so you can get pretty top speeds in this. And this is also, if I haven't mentioned, it's 8 laps. So it is a long race, and it's easy to make mistakes. It's easy to take your eye off the road. Now this guy made a mistake over here, number 4. He just crashed into a fence, and I'm trying to catch up to him. I don't know if I do or not. But when you do that, now he screwed up. That's the whole thing. He saw me in his rearview mirror, and he was trying to make up for lost time. And by doing that, he spun out. Did a turn, didn't take it well, spun out, and I was able to take advantage. So now I'm in 4th place. And most of the cars that are behind me are fairly behind me, so I'm pretty safe. But I think most of the cars that are in front of me are pretty far off too, so it's kind of hard to get up there. See, there's a cone. I think that might have been the cone that I knocked out there. Look at that background, so beautiful. Like the water is shimmering. You see the reflection of the trees. It's just like just so nice to just watch these replays and see how realistic it is at times. Not 100% realistic. I screwed up there. Now all these guys are trying to catch up to me that they were far behind me, and that was another mistake. So those were 2 of my biggest mistakes, I think. There's actually another one coming up, and I'll kind of show you that. But I'm still in 4th, but these guys are getting pretty close. They're behind me and just waiting for me to make one more mistake so they can pass me. And I've made mistakes where I've spun out where my racing day is over on this track, but luckily this isn't one of them. It is very stressful when you're racing. Just saw that guy from Brazil behind me just took a spin, so he's kind of out of it. Now this is what kills me every time. I don't know why, but when I lap someone, now this guy's in 19th place, and it just messes with my mind, and I end up crashing into the wall because it's like, what the hell is he doing there? It's like, how could he be driving that slow? So that forces me into 6th place. And I'm really pissed because there's no way I'm going to win this race now. And I just am happy if I could stay in 6th. Now that guy, again, he was in 5th. I took advantage of it, and because he made a mistake and I passed him. Now this guy, I'm just trying to pass because he just freaks me out. And I finally do pass him, and so he's out of my life for the rest of the race. So now I'm just trying to get back, calm myself down, and trying to just drive clean and just remember what the track is like and where I need to focus on my turns. I'd be happy if I just stay within maybe the top 8. That guy that was neck and neck with me, number 6, he just hit the wall. But he recovered pretty quickly. He's right behind me. Maybe not right behind me, but he's coming. So, and that's the whole thing too. It's like a lot of times that you will try, in order to catch up, you'll, instead of hitting the brake sooner than you should, you'll let it go a little more, because you feel that even just a few feet more will get you closer to the person that you want to catch. And that's when you screw up. Well, that's what I've learned anyway. But now it comes to, it's kind of like cat and mouse. I think it's with me and this guy, where we're struggling to see who's going to come in to either 4th or 5th place. And pretty much, I think the remainder of this race, we're just passing each other. And we're doing it cleanly too, which I appreciate. You know, neither one of us are trying to knock the other guy off the track. We're just trying to pass them. See, I made a mistake there. There's another idiot that I lapped who kind of screwed me up. But I think it kind of screwed him up too. Number 6. So what is he? He's Captain Sour. So Captain Sour, that was a clean pass that he just passed me on. So he's in 5th place now. And I'm in 6th, hoping he makes a mistake. That's the only way I'm going to pass him. I'll tell you the truth, the one thing I would love to see in this game is commentary. I think they could do it. I mean, they've done it with baseball and football, and don't see why they can't do it with that to make it a little more realistic. I know Project Cars has got pit commentary, or pit comments, like from your pit crew, and I think they should have that in this too, which is kind of sucks if it's not. But other than that, it's very cool. Just saw a helicopter going by, and there's a blimp too in the sky, and I love that. I just like that kind of realism that they have. But anyway, back to the race. Trying to catch up to number 5. He's starting to pull away from me, but nobody's perfect. I don't know if that's my pit crew or not. Just trying to stay patient again and don't make mistakes. Now this guy, he spun out, and I'm able to pass him. So here we go again. There was that one. So I made a clean pass with him, didn't crash into him. And again, just trying to stay focused and not make a mistake. But made a mistake. Hit the wall again, back in 6th. And this guy takes advantage and he passes me, and now he's in 5th. And I'm playing catch up with him. But it's not over. Definitely not over. I kind of wonder where I would have been if I didn't make any mistakes. And again, it's hard. Now he just made a mistake, and now I'm gonna try to catch up to him, but he recovered very well. I think he's got a lot of trouble with this corner. I'm not sure if he skids out on this one. No, he doesn't. He made it. But again, it's so frustrating when you see someone in your rearview mirror and you keep looking, and sometimes when you look, you kind of you take your eyes off the road, and you just make a mistake because of that. I guess it's kind of like real life in a way. I'm doing my damnedest to catch up to him, and he made a mistake right there. He hit the wall, and I definitely took advantage of that. And now I'm coming out, but he's not giving up. He's close behind me. And he's accelerating, and that is his doom, because he does crash into the wall at this last lap. And I come in at 5th. Anyway, that's it. Video.